So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 scenes that you need to create for your podcast with Ecamm. All right, so here are the 5 scenes that you need to create and that we're going to be creating in this video. Okay, so we're going to have a countdown scene. We're going to have our main scene, which is where you do most of your talking on your podcast. We'll also create a guest or a side-by-side where maybe you're doing a collaboration or you're having a guest on your podcast. We'll also create a sharing screen where maybe you want to share some information, and we'll have a closing scene that we'll create, which is the last scene. All right, so as you can see, we are here in Ecamm, and we're gonna go ahead and create our scenes. And to create a scene is very simple. You just go up here to the scenes window or window option and hit the plus sign. And so we are going to create 5 scenes. So I'm just gonna drag that down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. And so this first one, I'm going to rename this, and you just double click to rename. We're going to name this Countdown Timer. Okay. And I'm going to go to our source because I'm not going to use my camera, but I'm going to use a blank source for our countdown timer. And I want to use a background, so you just go to the overlays to select an image for a background. And I already have one saved on my computer, which I actually got in Canva. And you can use whatever source you want, of course. And that's the background that I chose. And so I'm now going to put a shape, and this is the shape overlay option. I'm going to change this from a rectangle to a circle, and I want to just make this a little bigger, make it take up like half the screen like that. And then we're going to go to our countdown overlay, and we'll add our countdown overlay. And also, here's something to keep in mind: when you do the countdown timer, you more than likely want to select this button to go to the next scene. Most of the time, your first scene is the countdown timer, so you want it to automatically go to that next scene, which is probably your main scene after it gets to 0. And so I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this just to 1 for the purposes of this video. Make that a little bigger. Okay, so there's our countdown timer. Now I'm going to just add a little text here. Live stream starting in. We'll put that there. We'll also just add, I want to add my logo, right? So I'll go here, add my logo, and let me just lock some of these in place so that they don't slide around. That's the circle and the timer. I'm just gonna lock those in place so that I can move this around freely how I want. There we go. So I'm gonna shrink this down. Move it there. And I'm just gonna add just a little more. So you can customize your screen however you want. All right. I'm gonna change this text color to light gray. All right, so there's our countdown timer. Now, here's our main scene. I want to make this blank, and I want to put another background on here. So let me go to my backgrounds, and I'm going to put a camera overlay on top of this. I'm going to lock that in place just so that it doesn't move as I'm shifting this around. I want to change this shape And to do that, you just go to the pencil to change the shape. And we're going to change this to custom. And I'm just going to make this just a little bigger. Just wanted to take up some of the screen. I want to center this both horizontally and vertically. There we go. And I also want to, just to make it stand out, I want to add a drop shadow. As you can see, you got plenty of options in here to choose from. I'm just going to try to keep this simple. Okay, so it kind of stands out that drop shadow. I also want to, because this is my main scene, and it's something you can do as well, maybe something you can consider. I want to add the logo to this. Now let's lock this in place just so that it doesn't move as I shift this around. Okay, make that smaller, like that. And just put that in the corner. All right, so we have our countdown and our main scene. Now we're gonna do our guest scene. Okay, and for this, we're also going to use a blank source, and I'm gonna do a camera overlay. Actually, let's delete that. We'll come back to that. I'm gonna use our same background. Using that green. Okay, there's our background. And now we're gonna add our camera overlay. But this time, I'm gonna make it smaller, right? Because this is for you and your guests, okay? And I want to duplicate this because I want it the same size. So just duplicate it, make it simple, right? And there we go. So we got our twins here, but we're going to change our camera source on this one from my main camera to guest. And so now we're just waiting for our guests. Hey, come on in. Come on and be my guest. Join me. But there's our guest, and we'll just name that side by side. Okay, so we got countdown, main, side by side. We're cooking. Okay, got us side by side. So now we're gonna do our share screen. Okay, here's our share screen. We're gonna change our source from blank or from camera. We're gonna change that to share screen. Okay, there's our share screen. It's actually sharing on this monitor, but if you had multiple monitors, you can select whichever monitor you want. I want to do a camera overlay for this. I want to change this from a square, actually not that. I'm going to change it to a circle. Make it a little smaller, right? So if you had a tutorial or a how-to, or you want to give someone instructions or show them a website, this is the scene. And actually, let's change that to my second display, right? So you can change it to your second display. We'll go back to the primary, right? And so there's our share screen. And let's rename that to share. And now all we have to do is our last scene, which is closing. Okay, and so for this, we're just going to, we go here to source, and we're gonna just select the video file. And actually, there's multiple ways you can do this. I can select it here, or I could actually come here. I wanna say it's animated, and you can select your video file and drop it in here. But I'm just gonna go here to video file, and I'm gonna choose the file. And let's see, it's this guy right here. So let's unmute that. But there's our closing video, right? So you just end your podcast. You thank the people for, let's go back. Here's our main scene. So yeah, that is all of our scenes, right? All of our scenes. We got our, let's go through them. Got a countdown timer. Our live stream is counting. We got 56 seconds before it goes to our main scene. Here is our main scene where we'll do most of our talking. Here is our side-by-side for our collaboration, for our guests to come on, feel welcomed. Here's our sharing scene, right? Where we share our information on our screen. And here, that's muted. Here's our closing video where we end it. All right, so there you have it, the 5 scenes that you need to create for your podcast with Ecamm. If you found this video helpful, go ahead, hit the like button. Also, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all watching and tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next video.